So I was only in the youth group at Peachtree Christian Church for a year. I went to camp at CYF, Keg Creek, 1999, which was right before my senior year. Peachtree gave me a ride down to camp, and I have no idea why. But they did. And I came back from camp, and I fell into youth group at Peachtree. It was easy. It was almost unavoidable. I fell into youth group, and it was wonderful, but like I said, I was only there for a year. But what's amazing, what still amazes me, is how much impact that year had upon my life and how much I learned from Peachtree, from Nancy Oliver. From Nancy, from my time at Peachtree, I learned about service. I learned how to be joyful about service, how to be intentional about service. From the service days that the youth group went on, from the mission trip to Coahoma, Mississippi, that had such an impact on me that I straight up stole it and copied it when I had my own youth group years later. Again, thanks to Peachtree and Nancy. So I learned about service. At Peachtree, I learned how to write from all of the affirmation circles, which took forever and ever. But not only to write, I also learned how to listen, and it took me a long time to figure out that those are two sides of the same coin. And what it really is I learned how to validate, how to affirm, how to let someone else talk and not just wait for my own turn to speak, but to really access what someone else is trying to say and affirm that, to listen, to communicate that I have heard and processed someone else. That has been an invaluable skill in my life, and I learned it from Nancy. I learned from Nancy how to plan, which I didn't like at the time, but in retrospect, in my own work as an adult, in ministry, as a human being, running youth groups, running camps, planning, I have stolen so many ideas straight out of Nancy's playbook, and even those that I haven't unashamedly stolen, heavily reek of Nancy's influence and of Peachtree. The flip side of this coin, though, is that I also learned how to accommodate. As I was learning how to plan, I was learning how to let plans go the moment that something went wrong. And maybe it was just my graduating class at Peachtree, but something was always going wrong with us, and Nancy's plans were always needing accommodation, and she lovingly provided it. And I think the key word in all of this, in the listening and the writing, the affirming, the validating, the accommodating, and the serving, the key word is love. And that has had a profound impact on me in my ministry, in my life. So thank you. God bless.